Executor probably, honestly, I see him running Revo every map, honestly. He's been shooting with it, and they have been doing a really good job at forcing Ape Squad into those close range fights, which is where that Revo really excels. So I don't really see him swapping off of anything at all. But let's see if we go back in here. I'm assuming Manda probably goes back to the shack here off of the Deagles, which he's actually opted for the SA-12 here. I like this pick. This is another good map for the SA-12. As they gateway in, try to get on top of this box as early as possible. But Vanguard coming in really quick. Both teams getting some pretty close spawns. Manda running around with this glitch barrel. It's a huge glitch barrel onto all three of them there. But the APS does end up going down right before that glitch barrel connects. So he doesn't want to fully commit to that fight there. Vanguard rotating around. Ape Squad can hear them moving around, though. They're just waiting for this entry here before they start doing damage, trying to make them push into them. Look at Red Fox with that M11 now, ready for these close range fights. Huge damage coming out. Both dome shields come out. Huge winch by Manda. Ends up taking out Executor. Drax ends up going down. And now it's only RPika there as the Invis comes out, but not really able to clean it up. Huge damage coming out from the M11, which I think pairs really nicely with that SA-12 when he ends up playing close to his heavy like that.
Yeah, this is yeah.
I just want to say, peeping that M11 there, look at how nice that looks with that Ape Squad bundle on there with that neon colors and the Ape Squad logo on top. That M11 looks pretty freaking sick, I'm not gonna lie.
And it even glows in the dark. It's so cool. I mean, I love it. And I know we're going to be rocking these bananas in the major as well, the banana C4 from Manda. But RP going to be making his gateway pad all the way over, going to be posturing up, getting his team inside this building. This is exactly where they want to be, having no trouble on their rotation, on their crossover. We're going to be breaking this goo, going to winch this in, I imagine. The gas goes out, maybe to do a little bit of damage, trying to block them from coming in. C4 goes off, breaking open that wall. We're going to see a little bit of pressure break out. Great off angle, not taking the expected angle, but the goo coming out, blocking that line of sight as well. Wow, fantastic steal from Vanguard Gaming, but we need to see Ape Squad get a little bit of damage as they rotate far away. They are out of there instantly. Vanguard rotates out cleanly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw there, but that was actually so unfortunate from Manda that RPG ends up accidentally hitting a goo barrel. And that goo end up blocking the entire opening that he just shot with that RPG there. That wasn't even from Vanguard. But they are going to go for the swap here. Now their own goo coming out, but that goo, that gas does end up getting popped. Huge damage ends up coming up. Does end up getting winched off by Drax. Red Fox ends up going down in the background. Down goes Manda right after him. Now it's only Krieger. He takes the gateway, trying to get out, trying to get this Fib up. He does end up getting the Fib, but huge damage coming out of the Revo. Not able to finish off Drax. And Vanguard gets this wipe. Huge plays. So close by Ape Squad there. But yeah, unfortunate RPG to hit that goo barrel there and block their entire entry.
Yeah, and here we go. It's not going to be any time for Ape Squad to get this box. Vanguard going to get that flip. I would have loved to see a little bit of a cleaner rotation on that stall. But it's just unfortunate, like you said, that goo barrel going to be coming out, blocking the line of sight, stopping that winch from coming out. Just very, very unfortunate situation. And that's the finals. I mean, just so much dynamic situations popping out on front of your screens. So where a lot of the skill gap comes in, and both these teams know exactly what to do, but still, there's going to be some aspects that are so hard to predict.
Yeah, I don't even think they could have even planned that out, because I believe the goo barrel was on the other side of the wall that ERPG just ended up getting popped. But holy moly, that Revo ends up 3-bursting, it looks like. And Krieger down with 3 shots. Drax ends up getting this winch off. Amanda gets the dome shield off. Huge heals coming out of Red Fox, but it is a 3v2. The whole team's end up coming in. He gets a big RPG, taking out Drax, but Executor gets topped off by RPika, and the wipe ends up going out on the Ape Squad. Vanguard's going to be able to move this box now.
Vanguard going to be able to set up their defense, and like we kind of said earlier in the pre-match, their defense is going to be to a T. Ape Squad is going to have a little bit of trouble to fight up against this gas C4 combo that they are known for on Vanguard. But Ape Squad just going to have to find an early pick, catch one of them off guard, do something. They need to find an early pick to get this taken, or I mean, just go after it right now. Data Reshaper, this is going to throw them through a wrench. I do love this play. This is going to be a great situation. Free flip, free everything. Just free.
Wow.
From that
might be the first time I've seen the data reshaper come out and used in such a smart way to be able for them to get that swap. But now Vanguard's going to try to get this swap back. Does end up getting winched up. M11 usually ends up going down, but Red Fox gets dropped by the DMAT. Arpika trying to rotate around because he is low. Krieger blew a little bit of damage, but Ape Squad is still in control. They're just trying to kite here. RPG ends up opening up the roof a little bit more, but he can't see where he's taking it from. He's got to get in there too, but the counter RPG ends up coming down. Krieger ends up going down by Arpika, and now it's in Vanguard's favor again in a 2v3, but Manda ends up turning it around, but now it's only Red Fox. Ends up taking out Arpika at the 1v1. Executive versus Red Fox, but that Revo doing huge damage. But can Red Fox take him out with the jukes and the dash and the M11? Executor trying to get up on the high ground. Red Fox might have lost him. Almost hits that mine, just barely misses that mine. He ends up getting out. He's going to opt to get a res here. Holy moly, Sasoya, what do you think?
I mean, Executor was dead to rights, it felt like, in that match. We're going to be taking off. We're going to be drawing the C4 and rotating in. We have Red Fox on the goo as well. That DMAT's going to be coming out full force. We're going to have to see a big commitment as we do get the flip from Ape Squad. Going to be tying things up, but Arpika and Trax coining back in. I don't think there's much hope for this box, but Arpika going to be doing some big damage on Amanda, but Arpika taking some great damage himself, going to be down to 1 bar HP. There's no time left on this box. Wow, what a fight. Back and forth, and a little bit of a sneaky steal from Ape Squad using that mind games on that data reshaper.
Yeah, and I love the adaptation coming out of Ape Squad here with Krieger Blue swapping that data reshaper, giving up the goo to make up for that. Red Fox ends up giving up his invis bomb and switching to goo himself so that they still have that cover on the take. Big adaptations coming out of Ape Squad here. They are trying to adapt around Vanguard's playstyle and ends up working out on that box. And now we're going to go to a third cash out again on this game 5.
Yeah, I do like the fact that both the medium and light were able to just kind of make that swap in their loadouts. I think it's a great note, dropping the invis bomb for that goo to cover up all options, because I mean, having goo in this matchup, blocking out the amount of ways that DMAC can come in is still extremely helpful. And on this point especially, I don't see this point played very often. We're going to be seeing another box play come out from Drax Executor, just sitting tight, going to be using that DMAT to just DMAT pad all the way up onto this box. Will they be privy to their play here?
Yeah, and this is where that APS is going to be used really well here, especially as they're playing really close together. But a Red Barrel does end up taking out that C4 and the gas mines that were on that box. So that does buy Ape Squad a little bit of time here, but they still don't really know where they're sitting yet, as they're going to try to go for the steal here. Huge DMAT pad end up coming out, but there is a dome shield in the way. Ape Squad does get the swap. They're going to try to back out here. The goo blocking Vanguard from getting in. Huge RPG coming out of Manda. Ends up, unfortunately, hurting himself as well, so the trade is going out. But big damage from Krieger Blue to be able to kill Executor there. But Executor does get that fib-off still, turning it into a 2v2, and Red Fox ends up going down. Now it is a 1v2. Drax really low, though. Now all of Vanguard is up. Krieger's got to not die here. He's trying to get some damage off, but he ends up getting peaked and really low. Vanguard is going to get this steal back. Krieger's got to stay alive to try to get his team up in coined. They're going to have to do another retake here.
Yeah, we're going to have to see 30 seconds left. Fortunately, Krieger did not wipe. Manda and Red Fox are back in this match. Krieger's going to have to look to do something, find some information. He does hear them. He does find them. Ooh. And he goes in. He's trying to make something happen. The Red Fox is going to meet them up on this high ground. Arpika also on this billboard, now taking a 1v1. Knocks down Red Fox down to this low ground. Executor taking down Red Fox as well. And Krieger Blue making a last-second steal attempt. Will he get it? But nothing happens because he gets taken out. I think that was only like maybe 1 to 2 seconds left on that steal. He did get on there with pretty a good amount of time to make that happen.
Yeah.
And Vanguard going to be taking a lead in these show matches, but we still got a few matches left to go. So 3 more matches left.
Yeah, that was such a close one, man. I really like the adaptations coming out of Ape Squad there. They were making it work a lot better when they were on the offensive there. just unfortunately not quite able to get out of that last couple fights there on that last box. Vanguard playing it really well. Man, we were talking about these two lights earlier, and the amount of high level gameplay coming out of both Red Fox and Arpika in these fights is crazy with the positioning here. Both teams, both lights getting very important picks in these fights.